All right. Hey, Internet. We are here. It is time for Wanderverse. Welcome back to SideQuest Live, episode 11. If you haven't caught the earlier stuff, go check out all the podcast places for all the podcast things. So you can check us out on iTunes, Spotify. Hey, shout out to Virginia and California, by the way. You both are kicking it, West and East Coast. I don't know which one of you is going to win. Oh, wait a minute. I probably shouldn't be inciting competition between the East and the West Coast. Anyway, we wish you all the best down there. Good frickin' luck, and I've never been so happy to be Canadian. Here, let me get the other people on here. Hey, other people, welcome back.
Hey.
Hey, I'm another
person.
Hello, people. Woohoo. So as you can see, we got a bunch of people. Some people are back, some people are missing, but we're gonna get a recap in just a couple seconds.
Is that my lead-in, or is
that's all you get?
Else? Okay. So the recap after what seems like an eternity of sickness and theater and just missing it out. We are returning
and that's just the news.
We're returning to the last flight of the Crusader 3. So the last time that Vanessa, aka Brendan, was here, you had, I think you all had been freedom fighting to save some wrongly arrested freedom fighters from an execution squad. And during that match, it was also revealed that the frozen explosion in the back of the ship melted and revealed that the Emperor himself was trapped in that explosion, which means that for the past 10-ish years, the person that has been running the entire Galactic Alliance with the Emperor's face and voice has actually not been the Emperor. It's actually the Emperor's brother who has been masquerading as the Emperor. Riku Roseheart, aka the Emperor, is rightly angry. His idea of a unified universe based on respect and cooperation and togetherness has been co-opted by his brother and turned into a capitalist hellscape where the mega corporations control almost everything, and if you're not incredibly rich, you're either in the army and therefore a tool of the oppressors, or you are a literal working poor, where your options are...
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Sorry.
But it works out because there is a threat that unifies these people under this oppression. The Night Terrors, who are coming from the Great Barrier. None of you have ever seen one. Anyone who has been horribly murdered. Ships are getting destroyed constantly. The largest warship ever produced in the history of any army, which was called the APEP, which had a crew of like 5,000, was recently destroyed by the Night Terrors. So, the Emperor, your actual Emperor, wants the crew of the Fruit Bat to fly into Night Terror territory to try to get some evidence of what is actually going on there. Meanwhile, the Emperor and the other Knotwood freedom fighters,
Our village of
going,
radicals.
Your village of radicals are going back to the moon of Knotwood to try to begin a resistance. He's going to start at Knotwood to have a base, and then he wants your help and the freedom fighters' help to spread the knowledge that the actual Emperor is not the one that's broadcasting messages.
And
So
we had 3 written down objectives. This is MacPack Newlius Fox, and I had written down find proof of night terrors, ops, restoring Knotwood, which has been mentioned, but also eventually we want to contact our alien allies, one of them being the Queen of the Chrysalids and the other the Head Wrath, which might be a mixed bag. So before we go, did we land on what we are? Do we have the cloaking device and the mango, or no? Just so we can.
I'm going to say that hand waving to tie up all of the galactical loose ends, Vanessa and the now cleaned short-range fighter and a new cloaking device have all been delivered to your sector of space. So the 3 of you are all there together. The cloaking device still needs to get installed, which will take some time, but you have the mango, you have Vanessa, everyone is back all and happy together.
Welcome back.
Exactly.
And how I'm trying to pull it up here. How much, and if anyone knows off the top of their head, here it is. Wander's shop. Tuck shop. But the cloaking device was
by the way, I'm
expensive.
totally shocked at the amount of progress that's happened.
Oh yeah.
We're not dead.
We're kind of like really low level space scavengers when I was last playing.
Oh yeah.
You're still kind of low level scavengers.
Yeah,
we were. Like we just got a lot of money last time because we blew up Blinky, and Blinky was worth a lot of money.
Yeah, that's
Blinky.
Blinky.
Why we're like,
and
hey,
I
do we get the closing
point to
device?
the corpse that's like being dissected by a whole bunch of ships from our fixer, or like our mechanic friend.
So the current pot, after minus the cloaking device, because we had 27,950 in the group pot, minus 9,013 for the cloaking device, plus the amount that we have spent previously, means even after all of this, we have 18,570.
You can almost buy a new ship for that much.
Right?
Vanessa, that's how the droid says hello. Welcome back. It's really great to see you. Did you do something with your tentacles?
Now, I don't have stats on the mango. I
they're
can write them
breathing.
down now or later if you'd like. But
Like a
we do
dragon
have
tree.
Were you there? Was Vanessa there when we captured the fighter? Because
I don't think so. Honestly,
Yeah,
though, it's been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
MacPack, I think I don't know if it was MacPack and Tom or just MacPack, but we went to the fight. We teleported to the fighter that was one of the fighters that was attacking us. I'm like, no, you're ours now. We killed the person and then we took the
teleport
fighter.
now.
Oh no, we could that one time because that was the pink thing that the Emperor did. I don't think we can do that anymore.
I mean, the button was right there. We could try it.
The last time we should never listen to Tom.
No, not at all.
Okay.
This message is approved by me. Do not listen to Tom.
Perfect. Thank you for that, GM. Got it.
Danger monkey. Danger monkey close.
All right,
Alright.
so the current plan, as far as I know, is you are flying toward the Great Barrier, so named because it is a sector of space on the edge of what the Galactic Alliance has explored, and it is impenetrable. There is a massive galaxy-sized like asteroid field.
Sorry.
And it's not really it's an asteroid field that surrounds the entire galaxy. So anyone who has tried to go in there has, as far as you know, been either killed by the asteroids or murdered by night terrors.
So, good thing we have the cloaking device. Sort of. We should probably get it connected somehow. How long will it take us to get to the barrier, and do we have time to
Tom opens
do
the
that?
instructions and it's just fold, 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 and it fills most of the ship.
And you also lost a bit of time waiting for Vanessa and the mango and your cloaking device. So it depends whether you want to do this quickly to get back to the resistance, or if you want to do some more dawdling and cloak your way into the place you're going.
How long will it take us to get to the place that we're going?
You could warp there at a pretty good hustle in like 8 hours.
Will we have enough time to attach the cloaking device on our own?
No, you would need to like land and like have more specialized tools. Do any of you have repair?
Yes.
Yeah,
How much?
not much.
MacPack is the highest at a D8.
Yeah, and this is not the kind of thing you want to rush.
Did
Exactly. I figured.
Anybody
So
take
Tom,
pips in cloaking?
no,
Cloak
it's just a
is-
D4,
You just
isn't it?
turn it on. Well, you roll devices and then you turn it on.
Yeah. Well, I've got devices. I've maxed out the devices. So, but the thing is, there might be an issue. My gut tells me that we should probably proceed without the cloak being installed, because that was like the initial plan, and I feel like if we land to do that, then that's going to take more time, which will impact the people of Knotwood, which might impact a whole lot of other things. However, we are going into a place where like the biggest warship ever that we had constructed with 5,000 people was utterly wiped out. However, we are very, very small by comparison, and that alone has its advantages. My thoughts are, Vanessa, I'm really glad you put pips into warp though, just in case.
Get out of here.
You're beating Warp Drive Willie right now.
Wow. He's gonna
Well,
have
to
to
be-
change his name.
Well, yeah, well, we'll have to wait for him to be. He's just the guy on the couch.
Yeah, second choice, Charlie.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so that's my thought, is that we go. We don't. We keep going. What do y'all think?
Tom is in it to win it. Drive it like it's stolen, cause it's stolen.
All right. How about Vanessa? Give me the first
Legitimate
roll of the game
salvage
and
now.
give me a warp roll.
Alright. No, it's been a while since I had to bust these out. Alright.
You're at a D8 now, apparently.
I know,
Oh,
but I've got to totally roll one. Alright. I rolled a 7.
Nice.
That's a pretty decent warp.
That is.
Are you so the Great Barrier is the size of a galaxy. are you going anywhere in particular, or are you just going to whatever is the closest part?
Do we know the
I
flight
just
path
assumed I
of the
was in
original?
engineering, just trying to like get it up to like warp 7, and that somebody else was like steering this thing. I just put the car into like 4th gear. Someone's got to be at the wheel.
Do we know the flight path of the ship that got like obliterated?
Tom sits.
No.
Okay, so we don't
I
know
always
that.
pictured our ship to be a bit like the Rocinante in The Expanse, where we have stations and we can pull up different screens. But maybe I actually have to move to a different spot. But I'll sit
Actually
in the
totally
pilot's
thought
chair.
the same thing. Well, yeah, both of us are the same as far as piloting goes. So why don't you do that? I'll get on.
I drank my coffee.
No, I'll do piloting because you're better at sensors.
Am I?
Yeah, you're at D8. I'm D6.
Oh, okay.
But we're
Yeah.
both D8 for piloting.
We're like
Alright, so give
struggling
me
over
a-
the shared Google Doc to like control the ship. Oh God!
Someone give me a sensor roll then.
I'll do sensors.
that's
You
on
do
you, Tom.
pilot.
Yep.
I guess it'll do. That's a crit.
So that's an 8.
8.
Good, because I have a crit when you 8. Great. So with an 8 on sensors, you get a fair amount of information. Number one, there is very little activity in this part of the space, which makes a lot of sense because it's fucking far away and is also right next to
Traffic.
the
Dear God, why is
universe's
there traffic?
greatest enemy. So yeah, it makes sense that there's not a lot of stuff here. There are several permanent sensor modules that now that you know where they are, you can kind of like avoid them.
Yeah.
They're mostly there for like if someone who's not quite paying attention gets too close, the Galactic Alliance can know that they're there and then, warn them that they're about to
They can
enter-
invalidate their insurance.
Yeah. You also, very interestingly, see a huge concentration of power.
That's a lot of power.
It's like a space station is like a ship is like a 0.5, and the APEP probably would have been a 5. A station is more like a 6. A city on a planet would be like a 7, and this is like in space, and it's a 7. And you know that there's nothing that large as a city, so there's something that is smaller than a city, but giving off more power than a city.
That's
Dyson sphere.
You got it.
A small
All
Dyson
right.
sphere, actually. Yeah.
I would say that seems like our prime area where we'd want to be, but we don't want to just drop out and be like,
Hi.
we might want to see if we can find a place that is nearby where we could
What about-
potentially do recon and maybe like we have the mango, right? And the mango's even smaller. I'm wondering if we could somehow use that without
And we
splitting the
have
party.
2 pilots.
We do.
Split the party.
I'm still
Does
remembering the sage
mango
advice.
Have warp?
Nope.
Okay.
No warp drive, no shields. There is an auto pilot. It's
So
just
this
for
is a
pilot.
tin can to die in.
Yeah.
Forward, yeah,
I'll
it's a
go.
tin can to die in with a forward-facing laser cannon. It does not say, and a basic sensor array. That's what it says. I posted the stats for both our ship, both the fruit bat and the mango, into the main chat, which will show what the mango has and our current stock on the fruit bat, as well as the population of Solace.
All
Knockwood.
So, How about this? Someone else who's better at this come up with a plan.
My gut says like we find a place that we can try to drop out and do recon. Know thine enemy is the first rule.
How about this? It's a basic sensor array, but I might be able to pull something out of it. We'll jump on like super encrypted low energy comms. We dust me. So drop into system, drop Mango, and you guys get the hell out right away. Don't go far. But then I'll just leave it basically powered off, except for the sensor array, drifting like a piece of trash. We're gonna call it the Concession Road Drop-Off.
Why don't we just call it the guano?
The guano.
The guano.
The fruit bat guano.
It's the fruit bat.
The guano. I'm the mango guano.
We can give you a little push.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll expel you from the back of the ship.
Wait.
And then let you glide under your own power toward certain doom.
Wait, if we're gonna do this, I
mean, you'll come
it's
back.
Better
and
that
get
I would do it because,
right?
like, well, if at least if I'm there and let's say I have to leave the fruit bat, I'm not gonna die just by being exposed to space.
Wait.
He's gonna face it.
Tom is. Oh yeah, Tom has a space suit.
I'm
Okay,
a
fine, go ahead.
space. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to go. I can stay with the ship. But I
feel
don't
like
know how to warp.
I feel like
at all.
Tom is shitballs. Well, Tom is the laser. If we have to fight, the fruit bat, the mango guano has lasers. It has no other weaponry. Just trying to think about.
I'm ready.
Well,
poop me out the back of this thing.
Okay.
This is the greatest plan ever.
Sorry to figure out logistics on the way first, but how, by the way, do we can the mango connect to the fruit bat? Is there like a docking port, like it's attached and they can reattach, or is it just kind of like, hey, we're going along in sequence and you have to do like a floaty?
No, you can you can clamp onto the ship and there's like a portal that opens up in the mango that you can just enter into the fruit bat. Yeah. It's like there's one on one side, there's one on the other side. You wouldn't want to like re-enter with the ship in that position. Like if you wanted, you should like lock the ship up underneath. There's a variety of things that you can do.
Let's try to get as close as we can outside of just as close enough where we can detect more about the energy sensor.
Yeah, but drop me off on the edge of the solar system, and then you guys bounce to a different solar system, but within radio range, maybe? Is that a thing?
Sure.
Well,
and then I would drift a while, and if I need to maneuver within system, I can just fly closer, because I just don't have warp.
I don't necessarily know if you want to fly anywhere, just because when you're near something that's that large, it's going to pick up any energy signatures. If you're just floating, then you're a piece of debris.
That's true.
But if you start moving stuff or have a power signature, then you might be a problem. So I agree with like the outside of the solar system because the mango doesn't warp, but we've got to figure out like where we're going to enter into where we can kind of just drop out and then maybe try to use a slingshot maneuver around an outer planet just to kind of make you look like you're a bit of debris. And especially if the just keep thinking of the girl from Ipanema. Based on
now that's in my head. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's better than the song I have in my head right now. And the moment I say it, it won't leave. So don't ask.
So
Baby Shark is a classic for our time. I'm just saying.
That's not that one.
So,
Anyway.
if you give me a good warp pilot roll, I can say that you can kind of like appear, do like a little slingshot with the fruit bat, and even if their sensors are good enough, it's just going to look like a little momentary like power blip, which could be static, which could be any
Solar
number
flare.
of things. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, there's
So-
only a sun close to this, but
Wow.
I guess that's on Vanessa and I. So you would, Ben, if you want to do warp, and I'll do pilot.
And I'll be the turd.
Okay.
all right. So turn up, Tom. Give me a warp and a pilot roll.
I'm ready.
Turning up.
I'm ready.
1.
Oh, your
Turning
warp
up.
roll sucks. All right, trying to bring it up. 8.
I just imagine myself.
Probably
like,
gonna be my only 8 for the roll, so I hope it counts for something.
It's got to be this blue shimmering pillar, and there's like a, like one of those things that you pull on an old-fashioned lawnmower, just like.
No, you're gonna flood it.
All right. So the fruit bat like screams out of warp and like goes into this perfect Tokyo Drift style maneuver and
Wait.
the
Does my
mango
piloting
fly-
roll mount for something? Because I can describe it if it works.
Sure.
Okay, so warping out, just being. I mean, fuck. What am I gonna do now? We hit for the outer planet, and I'm gonna make us look like a crashing piece of debris,
Okay.
and just be like, okay, well, just, and then we're going.
With
and then
an
I try
8,
to, like,
you fool Tom completely, and he is convinced you are about to
good
crash.
for you. But that's me saying, look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
All right, so even though the warp has failed, you have managed to pull the ship into a synchronous gravitational kind of arrangement with some other junk nearby. If you power down everything but life support, you can just look like a piece of trash that's
do it.
also floating while you repair the warp that was
Just shot
malused
it.
by.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
I guess
the
we're all
guano
turds
being-
now.
Yeah, you're all a bunch of turds. So the guano is being flung toward this energy symbol. Now that you are closer and you're no longer in warp, you can try another sensor roll and see if you can learn anything more.
Well,
Sure.
let's fix the warp
Uh,
first.
If your sensor roll is not good enough, you might draw attention to yourself. And if your sensor roll is very good, you won't, and you will learn a bunch of stuff. So, roll good.
I rolled a
Who's got good
6 out of 8.
Okay.
Good.
So I'm going to say you managed to modulate the sensors in a way that it looks like background radiation. It looks like the standard stuff that you would be seeing in space.
Just
Back to the
nobody
fruit
here
bat.
but us pulsars.
So, Vanessa's down in engineering with the sputtered out warp engine. You're gonna.
All the tentacles. I love it.
Let's try to do some repairs. So, I mean, are we on rounds, or are we just like freeform right now?
We are currently. I am giving you guys an opportunity to act, and then I will do some stuff with Tom. And then I'll come back, and we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm gonna detach detach my probe, put them near the cockpit to be like, stay here, and transfer pilot to it while I go down to try to assist Vanessa with
Okay.
repairs, because Vanessa does not have repair and I do.
Well, Vanessa can roll a d4. How bad can it
Yes. Oh, you're serious?
be? So while I am going to say this, while Vanessa is looking at the warp coil, so one of the first things Vanessa noticed when she first got on board was the jury-rigged neutrino cannon, and there was like a bunch of unnecessary, or so you thought, cabling and wires around.
I do remember this, and it was at a -1.
Mm-hmm.
But there's
It still is.
Hmm.
But you are also realizing that some of the what you thought of as redundant extra neutrino cannon material is also in the warp drive.
Hmm.
And now that you know that the extra stuff for the neutrino cannon is a modulated transporter,
Yeah, that's the thing that we used to get on the mango.
you think that there might be a way to fire a neutrino blast and then travel with it. So you could go into warp and fire the neutrino and then be going faster than warp.
Wow. It's almost like you're running and then you lasso something in front of you and you pull yourself so you're going even faster.
Yeah.
Yeah? Did I get the physics exactly right?
Exactly.
we've gone to plaid.
I would say it's also kind of like, so you're in a car that's going the speed of light, and then you turn the lights on.
And then you go the speed of those lights.
Yes.
That's very close to what I said.
It's all relative, man. It's all relative.
Okay, great. So I figure this out, and I'm like, Eureka! And can I like telepathically project all the sort of like math and computation into people's minds?
Oh yeah.
That doesn't make sense. So
people love math.
Instead I just project the image of a car and then like going the speed of light and then turns on its high beams, and those are going like light speed to light speed, and then within the beam I'm just like, and here we are. There's like a big sort of like neon like pointer. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
It translates to MacPack as, get on my horse, I'll take you around the universe and all the other places too.
So,
all right.
Game mechanics, though, does this mean I can roll
Guys,
warp?
I don't know why, but in my ship, I just had a nosebleed.
Do I roll warp and then I roll neutrinos on top of it? And they stack?
Yes.
Okay.
It's on you, Van.
Warp below.
All right, so back in the batshit. This pan is batshit crazy.
Hey.
So in the guano, Tom is floating. Was Tom a major in the?
I was. Yes, I was. I'm floating in space.
In a most peculiar way, and that's how we ended up here.
So Tom is floating, and
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Tell my wife I love her.
Stop talking to us from radio signals.
So
you're giving us away.
So Tom, with your sensor roll, you have got a much better idea of what this huge energy source is. And as far as you know,
idea of what this huge energy source is.
From what you are told by the Galactic Alliance, is that this area is only like there's no outposts. Like, there's no outposts because they get destroyed by the night terrors. There's no there is like a rotating security of like the toughest Marine volunteers that choose to come into this space at like random intervals so that the night terrors never know what our schedule is, and then they have those beacons to like ward people away. But what you're seeing is a very advanced outpost that's floating a few thousand kilometers away from the Great Barrier. And you see that it's got two things that you are catching on the sensor array. Is one, it has a huge like rail gun.
That's a huge railgun.
Pointed toward the barrier. Like this thing is like bigger than your ship.
That's what she said.
And also the dwarfing most space stations is just this giant sphere, this giant metal sphere attached to the railgun, and all of your sensors indicate that this is just pure quasar fuel. This is billions of liters of fuel.
That's where the
Would
fuel's
you look
been
at
going.
the size of the balls on that?
Spaceballs.
It's only so there's like the one ball and then the railgun, so it's
So that's where all the fuel's been going. We figured out because that math. Does this appear human? Does this appear human?
Channel.
The tech, does it seem like human or known technology, or is this like utterly alien? Does it? My guess is because it's pointing at the barrier as opposed to at everything that's us. It's to keep out the barrier, to keep out the things that are going on now.
Yeah, this is like top of the line GA tech. Like this is like if a discovery is made on a Tuesday, by Wednesday they're implementing it on this thing.
Well, that's better than the alternative.
Let's hope they don't do those software updates quite without that much testing.
Well, at least that's a good thing. I mean, even if they're our enemy, because at least we know this tech. Okay.
And the station's probably, it's a pretty decent sized station. It's probably 200-300 people. You can tell that it's got some armaments. It's got some like defenses, but it's mostly just sitting there like watching the barrier and also like keeping a track of all of the sensors that are around. And right now you are still just some shit in the breeze kind of thing. Turd rolling down the hill.
Don't mind us.
So I think it's safe to assume that this is not staffed by people that answer to the actual emperor, but they also might be answering. They also might think that they're answering to the actual emperor. Would have been much more useful for us to have the actual emperor on our ship. Maybe. Whoopsie.
All right, so back on the ship. So you've got the opportunity to do some repairs or further tomfoolery if you so choose.
How are we doing with the warp? Because I said that I was going to go down to do that.
You did, but you never gave me a roll. So give me a roll.
Thanks. Not bad.
Yeah, nice. Is Vanessa going to do anything?
I don't think I have repair, so
you don't.
You'll watch and like rave about the math you just figured out.
You do have sensors, but I wouldn't recommend it given the circumstances.
I've got the feeding to you on like low band, like Bluetooth. If I get too far, it cuts out.
Yeah, so
Speaking of which, I'll be right back.
You get the warp drive humming again. You keep the power low to keep yourself like low tech cloaked. And Tom, can you give me a sensor roll?
Sure. I'll also just be seeing, like you said, we were trying for a slingshot maneuver, so I'm drifting in towards this, or am I kind of stationary? Okay.
You are drifting in.
So I'm just using like gas vent thrusters to just change my course a little, but it's like very low power. I'm gonna just kind of get a little closer and see what I can see. I'm gonna see if anything's on an intercept, or if there's any interceptors in the area that might pose a problem, or whether it's just this big, one-balled, one-railed, flying purple deep space eater. 6 on the sensors.
Okay. So again, you managed to not draw any attention to yourself, which is great. And you notice that there are several short-range fighters that are all leaving the railgun. They're like popping off into there's 4 of them. They're like going in, like one's going
or heading our way.
A patrol, like one's going up, one's going down, one's going left, one's going right. They're just kind of like dispersing out to like do a little sweep of the area.
All right, guys. Just a heads up.
There are patrol ships in the area, so we gotta stay real quiet.
We're still powered down and just fixing, so we're still like all we're down to is like essential life support and gravity, I would imagine.
I feel like I should have mentioned this. So the way that the neutrino warp works, it also acts like a teleporter as well. So it doesn't matter if there's anything in your way. You will travel through it via particle.
Do we have to be so it's a combination of like warp and neutrino cannon roll to get it done,
almost like
right?
the neutrino cannon.
Sorry, one further question before. Is it the same? Is it one round for warp and 1 round for neutrino? Can both be done at the same time?
Same time.
Sweet.
Brendan?
It's like the ship is turning into neutrinos and shooting itself out as neutrinos and then reassembling.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
That's where the lemonade is made from.
What was that?
We now have 3 metaphors. It's like a lasso, or the high beams, or it's shooting itself. Yeah.
It's like
I still have get on my horse stuck in my head, so I just think that's where the lemonade is made from. Is anyone else getting this reference, or is it just me?
Someone on the internet.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Give it a lick. It tastes just like raisins. You don't. Is this nothing?
I think you have a class action lawsuit on your hands for having that in your
would
hand.
you lick a horse?
Just look up.
I'm not looking up.
Look at my horse on YouTube.
I don't want to.
Internet, we do not condone this. I do not. As a channel, I would like to disavow.
Yeah.
Turn on your safe search, it turns on the plane, and it turns out again.
Lick a horse.
Touch on its winky. Ooh, that's dirty. Do you think so? But if you touch its mane, it turns into a plane. So, and then it flies across the universe.
I have questions for which I do not want answers.
Well, I think you'll find that the universe covers pretty much everything, and just shut up and get on my horse.
That's fair.
Right. I'm gonna send it to all of you later, and you'll hate me forever. But that's fair.
Maybe that'll be a break.
So, what do y'all want to do?
Well, I don't want to metagame because I don't know what Vanessa knows about this, but this is giving me ideas about how to deal with this barrier.
Van can telepathically communicate to you, can't she?
Yeah, I also don't know what Vanessa knows about this. So, but I suppose Vanessa can like project all kinds of theories, like 3 different metaphors with like lassos, and like in one of the projections, it looks like the lasso is grabbing neutrinos, but it's made out of neutrinos, and somehow it's a car, and nobody knows what a car is in this century. But anyway,
I know what a car is.
You're the one guy.
So I do have one question about this. going through, like if you do this, when you're traveling through, do you like go into subspace, or are you still in real space when you're doing this?
You're in theoretical space.
So in other words, anything that we travel through, we don't actually impact nor damage, we just kind of move.
Pass through.
Correct?
Unless there's somebody on that thing you're passing through, and that person is theorizing something really deeply, and then you
look, this isn't Schrodinger's neutrino
theory.
cannon.
No,
It might be.
it's a philosophical move.
Yeah. If you were to drive through someone
It's like
who
Schrodinger's
was simultaneously realizing the meaning of life, you would hit that idea and they would forget.
And become a nihilist.
I've got it. I've finally figured out how we can all get along, and no one will have to get nailed to anything. Sorry, just had to quote Hitchhikers.
Were you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this is like a fifth dimensional way of traveling.
So we know that this is set up on GA. We know that it's set up with its gun pointed at the night terrors. That seems kind of like a good thing to like not blow up, because a massive railgun pointed at an enemy might be a good thing to keep in mind. I don't know.
Sorry. We have
It's
to
worth
get
noting,
past
though, the last time I
railgun
thought this.
in order to see if these enemies exist, or what's on the other side of that void. So we need to
sounds
come
like we
up
have the
with a way
answer.
to get past the railgun and entrance.
It sounds
If
like
only.
we have one right now.
What do you mean?
The neutrino plus warp.
The thing about cars?
Okay, so if we do this neutrino plus warp thing with the cannon, is this something that we can use to do that? Because that was my thought, that we could use it to, like, we're not going to blow up the thing, so we're not going to try. Although it is worth noting, for Brendan's or Vanessa's reference, because she wasn't here, the last time MacPack was very big on like, we don't know if this thing is hostile, and it tried to eat us. So I have been very wrong in the past.
I remember seeing the thing on the thread on WhatsApp. Okay, but let me ask this, and I think that Vanessa would know this as a
Also, Blinky wasn't
as a
GA.
physicist. Quasar fuel is explosive, right?
Yeah.
Like
yes.
super explosive.
Fuel,
So
all
if
fuel
you-
by its very nature is volatile and explosive.
If you
Yes.
accidentally materialize a rather hot starship inside their warp engine, in their warp engine fuel core, big boom. But we would die too.
Yeah. I would say, like, if you wanted to do a massive suicide attack, that would be the way to do it.
Wow.
Yeah, this is not
We're
the
devious.
This is not the final flight of the last flight of the Crusader. Let's try to aim for it.
But hang on. So I'm trying to understand here. There's a massive evil ray gun, like railgun, sorry. And it has a giant ball of quasar fuel hooked up to it, right? Could we, like, space debris drift toward it and maybe somehow stealthily, like, get onto this big fuel sphere and, like, find a way to ignite or have some kind of timed ignition of that fuel and get the hell out of Dodge?
Yeah.
I feel
Do
like
we want to blow up the mega cannon that's pointing at the abyss?
I mean, if there are, like,
I just feel like we should see what the abyss
things
is
on the other side, then that railgun might be a good thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm thinking.
But we need to go and find out.
I don't know. Yeah, so is there a this is where the cloak might have been good, because I'm like, okay, we're gonna go whoop.
Who needs a cloak? We can jump, skip, warp, sling, car, hop, light speed, jump.
Or you could just drift there for
Patented.
several weeks. And then
At least it's weeks. At least it's not. You just have to drift there for 120 years.
Hey, I've been there.
Yeah.
That really silenced the room. Holy crap! Be like, yeah, you were a frozen colonist for just way too long.
Well,
we're all thinking
70%.
about the pointlessness of our own lives.
I'm
Yeah.
still
just
pretty
thinking about the
convinced
stupid song.
this is a hallucination.
Mm.
While I'm
That's
still
why you
dreaming.
live so recklessly. All right, so you got.
that's why I had to revive you last mission.
You got the fruit bat, minimal power with some plans of brewing. You got the mango doing some floating. You've got a patrol that
Where's the
is
patrol, yeah?
dispersing. Well, there's one of the ships that's moving in your direction.
Ooh, I wonder if we can get another ship. Although that would just alert everyone to our
Guys,
attention. So
we got
never
another
mind.
ship coming in your direction.
All right. So, bunch of stuff happening. No idea who's the bad guy. Thanks again, GM.
I think I made it pretty clear who the bad guy is.
At my
Well, yeah, but there's just
Me.
multiple bad guys. Yeah. Okay. Well, that clears it up.
at my current speed in the mango turd, approximately how long would it take me to drift to get to the giant space ball of explosive?
Yeah, like 3 weeks.
No. Okay.
What
if I-
you're-
What if I pump the engines?
Oh, if you could blast the engines and get there like in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, but
Uh,
the moment you do that, you're gonna light up like a Christmas tree on all sensors.
Yeah. So, huh.
And then they would go, "Hey, that's a short-range fighter with no warp."
No, it's a short-range fighter.
He won't be long enough to
That's
tell
no
anybody
moon.
but us. Okay. No, I was just curious if I had the option of you guys do the hop, skip, jump, and
And
then
you hang out safely.
I hang out drifting, and then when you guys come back, I blow this fucker. Although there's a slight problem of that, I would also die.
Yes.
Well, one thing that MacPack is gonna do for sure is get their ass back to the cockpit, because I figure we've repaired the warp, and I don't need to be down there anymore. So probe is back on me, and I am in the cockpit of the fruit bat, obviously.
All
or
right.
the mango.
If we are going to try the hop, skip, jump, do you want me to stay on this side, or do you guys want, and you guys go through on your own, and then we can maybe relay time on your return, or should I rendezvous with you and then we go? I suppose I should be using the radio.
If we're
What do you
not
guys
going to
think?
destroy this railgun, I'm kind of interested in just flying into space in the direction that it's pointing.
Yeah.
Like, what's it pointing at?
Yeah.
Is it pointing at a planet full of like little Ewok guys?
It's
Can I-
pointing at the barrier. It's just pointing toward this. Well, this unimaginably huge collection of asteroids and dust and energy symbols that you can't even like your sensors can't go through it, your eyes don't go through it. It is just like this like if you were to look out the window, as far down as you can see and as far up as you can see, it's just this wall of debris.
Yeah, but with our neutrino warp,
Mhm.
we would be able to go through that debris
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
and find out exactly where that gun is pointing. I mean, the gun has a specific location that it's pointing at through the debris field.
That is true.
Well, so the fruit bat's been scrubbed of its transponder, right?
Yes. You still have
So-
a transponder, but not the original.
So they know that it is basically a Crusader 3 Helldiver class vessel.
Yeah.
Essentially. I'm wondering if we can guile our way in. Because if we show up and if we convince the the people on the space station that we are there to explore the lost. What's the name of the ship again? The one that died.
The APEP.
It's sort of the APEP.
Mhm.
EPEP.
APEP.
The APEP. So if we try to tell them that we're looking for the lost APEP, and that we're a classified, and that we're a classified mission, and to pay because we're GA TAC, we're a scrub transponder, and it just seems like just sus enough where if they really are like afraid of everything, I'm pretty sure that if we roll well, they're not going to object to a classified scout probing the interior to look for a lost massive ship that was disappeared, unless they know something about said massive ship, in which case maybe at that point we can fire up our warp neutrino combo and try to get out. What do people say to that?
I mean, it's a bit of a shame to give up our element of surprise.
We've already agreed that we're not going to be taking out this massive railgun unless we have to, because we really don't want the thing
True,
that might be
but
holding
we
back
could
said
sneak
night
past
terrors.
them. No, not for attack. For getting past them.
Yeah, but can we get past them without drawing their attention? It might be better to let them know in advance that we're doing it, so that they don't get sus. Like, why are you telling us now?
You have no idea how the neutrino warp would appear on sensors. It might just look like space anomalies. Like, you theoretically could neutrino warp through the barrier from your current position, and they might not even know.
Well,
all right. Well,
unless you do it, unless you go through the ship.
There's a
right,
future
let's give
goddamn
it a go.
gay card on there.
Are we able to link up with the Mango while we do this?
Give me a piloting roll.
All right, I'm gonna be using thrusters only to reverse my course, so almost no signature.
Right, it would be you that does the piloting. My bad.
You guys stay still. If they spot me, I mean, they might not come at me. Who knows?
Can you use maneuvering thrusters only to get close enough to us? Because we didn't really we just kind of bumped you and let you drift rather than be like, hey, go.
Yeah, I basically went out from behind the rock you're hiding behind.
All right, can I get piloting rolls from you both, or is the fruit bat going to just stay in its drift?
No, I think you would need to pivot a little
something.
bit.
Yeah.
If you want
pivot,
if you want the two.
Catch me.
Yeah, if you want this thing to sort of kiss properly, so you can actually board without going.
I rolled 6 on pilot.
And I rolled a 3, so hopefully that balances out.
Brendan, do you have sensors?
I do.
Could you give me a sensors roll?
I can. I rolled a 6.
Nice.
Wow.
You are able to coordinate their movements during times where the patrol is not sweeping the area that you are in. So you are giving off a little more energy than you would like for being in a passive area, but with Vanessa at sensors, you're able to determine like which direction the scout crew is looking when you are moving. So you were able to get the two ships linked up together again.
Is that a Darkwing Duck t-shirt?
It is.
Oh, man.
I am the terror that flaps in the night.
Dude,
it's
so good.
Yeah, Robin gave it to me for my birthday, and it has quickly become one of my favorites.
Awesome.
Love it. Love it so much.
Absolutely.
All right, so the three of you are back on board. What is the plan?
Let's neutrino warp past the barrier. Go where no one has gone before.
Yeah, I think...
and live.
First of all, I think we need Kleenex in the guano mango, because my nose started bleeding something fierce in there, and all I could use was my astronaut diaper, and then when I had to use the astronaut... Anyway, I'll go hose out the spacesuit later.
Just a bunch of floating blood.
Blood and, well, slushy inside.
All right, so can I get a warp and neutrino roll?
Okay. So
This
I'm
is
gonna.
all
Vanessa has the best warp and only neutrino.
I'm going to try to
Can
coordinate
I-
on sensors just to help aim
I can't
us.
roll both, can I?
No.
I can.
Someone else can do warp while you're doing neutrino, or you can do neutrino and then someone else, and then you can also do warp the next round.
Okay.
I'll
try to do. I'll try to do warp.
Okay, or we could get the autopilot to do it.
Well, autopilot crit fails on a 1 and a 2, whereas I have a D6 in warp.
All right. I'm gonna
All right,
Well, no
so-
crit fail at least.
coordinate with the
Or
radar
lower crit
too.
fail.
All
Low
right, so
power.
give me what was the sensor roll?
5.
Okay, what was the neutrino roll?
4.
+2?
Yeah,
No.
including the +2.
And what is the warp roll?
Fuck.
Is that a fuck or a 5?
Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You just
So
skipped over.
essentially, you there's just this blast of energy, and the ship
And then you
is
hear-
kind of like wah, 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 wah. And on sensors, you see the one of the fighters that was doing this
Start moving
Coming-
back.
coming to investigate.
Okay,
All
guys.
right,
how
PCs go.
I don't even know that they have totally botched this. I think it's still leading up. I'm like, okay, guys, I think they may have noticed us. Go to warp.
No, let's try again. Try again.
Nope.
Um,
What order do we have on pieces?
roll the
go?
1, right?
Whatever
The warp
order
engine's
you like,
down.
The warp engine is currently down.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna go
Okay,
down.
there's Devin.
I'm gonna go down and try to repair it. You stay ready to go to warp. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I run down
Okay.
there and
So
I
the-
start punching things. I mean,
Okay.
you know.
Wait,
trying to-
can our autopilot repair? Because
Nope.
Oh no, Tom has D6 in repair.
I got a
Okay.
D6. Can give me that. 4.
Okay.
I literally
give
just
me-
go down and just like type.
Is the warp
Push the
engine back
reset
online?
button.
It's
Control
like,
Alt Delete.
wah,
Control
wah.
Alt Delete.
Okay.
Punch it.
Yeah. Back up.
Turn it off and off
Okay.
and again. Off and on
Backpack.
again. So
Roll
backpack
warp.
is next.
Yeah,
Update
I've
later.
already rolled the neutrino cannon.
So are we going with order? We're going Tom, MacPack, and Vanessa.
Yeah.
I'm not there to do sensors. You're doing this based
5,
on
so-
old data.
Okay. And what's the neutrino roll?
11.
Whoa!
Ah,
Boom!
Nice.
Whoa!
All right. So, theoretically, you all understand what matter is.
What's the matter? I don't know. What's the matter with you?
I think
it's-
I
it's a-
understand. It's like being drunk.
It's a very interesting feeling to still be, but to not be at the same time,
That is the
Uh,
question.
which is the sensation that you have for it's a combined like, oh, that was like a second, but also like, oh god, that was like a gajillion years, and you just cease to exist. Everything turns kind of magenta colored, and then you remember that magenta doesn't exist, and that is like, but how can it not exist? It's and then
I exist.
you feel yourself moving, but it's totally an intellectual process. Like you understand that you're moving, though you feel like you should feel it, but you can't feel it because you have no matter. And then suddenly it's over, and You are a few thousand kilometers away from your original position.
Excellent. And Tom, wash your hands next time.
What did I miss, guys?
So we apparently ended up far enough away, hopefully.
All right, so give me a sensors roll, or somebody give me a sensor roll.
Check that each one of her tentacles are in the same place that they were before she left, and it takes a long time because she's got like 90.
So
Spectacles,
Tom,
testicles, wallet, and watch. Just double check.
Yes, you're quick.
I rolled a 7 on sensors.
Okay, so a lot is going on. You run back to the bridge and like you get rid of the sensors, and then like as you're looking at the sensors, you kind of look through the view screen because you're in an uncharted piece of space, so that's always fun to look at. You still see
some days the old ways are the best.
You still see a few pieces of debris, but the main thing that draws your eye is I want to say it's gigantic, but I feel like that is too small of an adjective.
Cyclopean.
It is a cyclopeanly huge white hole in space. It
Lulu
is.
would be like, "Wow, that's big."
It is.
That's what she said.
It is nearly a galaxy-sized black hole that is so dense that even darkness cannot escape its draw. And you transported closer to it. So, you're going to want to not get sucked into this because it'll be bad.
Something tells me that the only way that might get us out of that is to just kind of do that thing again, and hopefully that we don't end up inside it.
So,
I feel like turning around is probably not the thing that worked for the big guys.
I'm going to take out my phone and press record.
You also get a 24 pings on your sensors of ships and transponder codes and ship data in amongst all of this area. It's like when you fly into a
Bermuda Triangle.
It's like when you fly into like a landing bay, you get like there's I'm around these 12 other ships and I know where they are.
Are there any power signatures from them?
There are not.
That's creepy as fuck.
And again, when you are looking out the window, you see ships that like no power signatures. They look dead. They're the only reason that they are like they're just floating in space, and they're floating toward the
like orbiting
the
like
galactic
almost
black
down the
hole.
drain.
Yeah.
Are they all galactic?
Are they GA
ships? Or are there some ships that are like totally different technologies we've never seen before?
Still with the sensor recording.
There is nothing but Galactic Alliance ships.
Oh, bugger.
But what about the big one? The big one that got lost.
No life signs, I take it, right?
Also correct.
No power signatures, no life signs.
Correct.
Hey fam, I'm live streaming from the edge of the universe, and it's really fucking scary out here.
And you do see a huge battleship, which is
we do see it. Okay.
The APEP. Can someone give me a pilot roll?
I will do that.
Yeah, I'm a little busy with sensors.
That is not the right dice. So 7.
Nice. While you are like looking at this, you realize that you are because you were in a trajectory toward the white hole, you now have to like pull yourself away from it, and you're
pull up.
Yeah. You also have a moment to glance down at your quasar fuel, which is now at about 50%.
Yay.
Okay.
We used a lot in that hop.
Updated.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm annoyed that I didn't
gotta
set
look.
the conditional formatting appropriately. But yes, we're at 50%.
Based on the sensors, how much, like, I know we're getting pulled towards this thing, but is it like imminent, we're about to hit an event horizon? Or do we have enough time to theoretically dock with maybe the big battleship and see if any evidence is on board?
Yeah, you have time. This is like
It's a
essentially
slow, steady draw more than
yeah,
like a
it's
sudden
like
rush.
the barrier is the accumulation of every other piece of debris from our galaxy that has been pulled just close enough. And then inside is all of the stuff that hasn't yet been pulled into the white hole. But then like just beyond that, you've probably got like a couple, if you could drift out here for a month, but then after that month you are going to be in the white hole, and you do not think that you would have enough of
It's a fixer-up. It's roomy.
Yeah.
But
everyone set your watches 1 month.
Yeah,
you wouldn't
exactly.
have enough. Like it's like on the 32nd day, you would not have enough power. Like the quasar fuel in the railgun would not be enough fuel to get you out of its grasp.
Okay, so synchronize watches, and then let's go in and check out some of these ships.
Wait.
Maybe they have good stuff.
Wait.
I like what Vanessa's cooking up.
There's
the old space scavenger.
Everyone is dead on these ships. Why are these intact ships just orbiting when everyone is dead? I want to roll a sensors roll.
I didn't say they were intact.
Oh.
I want to roll a sensors roll to examine the EPEP. And I want. Sorry, I want to roll to expect the damage on the EPEP, and also focus on whether their life pods or escape pods are intact or if they've launched.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 4, so don't know what that does, but
yeah, you can see that the
Bless you.
It's a space virus. Run!
I felt like that Punisher meme for a sec. No. Wait.
So, the PEP has extensive damage from bow to stern. You can't see a single section of it that hasn't got some kind of damage. It looks like whatever happened was catastrophic. You can also tell that none of the escape pods were launched.
Okay. Damage was catastrophic. It did receive damage somehow. So we don't know if it was like weapons fire, whether it was just torn apart by shear or...
If we could get the log from that ship, though, that's a lot of evidence.
That is a very good point. All right, let's go.
Okay. So you fly over to the PEP. Can I get a pilot roll just to keep yourself from...
do you want to do it, or should I?
If anyone... I don't know. Are we all going to be going aboard? Is someone staying beside? You have better sensors.
So I'll stay on sensors, and you do the pilot. Okay. And Vanessa, be ready to get us the hell out of here.
That's an 8 on pilot.
I also got an 8.
Very nice. Yeah,
double criticals.
You fly so well and have such good info that you are able to find you fly right to the APEP, and you find one of the few airlocks that is still like intact. So you can dock to the ship and then go inside without having to like figure out a way past like shrapnel and like bent metal.
To be clear, I am going to be wearing my spacesuit when we go in there. Because
are all three of you going, or is somebody staying on the ship?
Okay.
How about you leave your droid thing?
I could leave the probe, or I could send the... So I can transfer... Let me just take a look at the character sheet. I think it says I can transfer up to 2 of my skills.
Yeah.
Probe has +1 dodge when detached. 1 HP reduces max pack's total HP when deployed. Can deploy the tube with up to 2 non-combat skills. Okay.
Does pilot count as non-combat?
I don't know. I listed specifically devices, repair, sensors, etc. I didn't state. I like to think that the probe could do pilot. It just makes, to me, it makes sense. It's not going to be able to fire a gun, but it can push a button or interface with something, because that's what it does. Or I could put it on. I could send the probe with Tom.
Or you could have the probe hit the autopilot. It would actually get more dice that way. It's just pushing the button. Autopilot. All
right, so the probe and the autopilot save the day.
Well, the probe has pilot,
adventure.
And the probe, like, I could give pilot to the probe, and that's better to
use
have
autopilot for the warp.
Yeah,
and use autopilot for the warp.
Hey, where are they going?
Detach probe.
Our programming says we're not supposed to be in this sector, so goodbye.
I detach the probe and transfer pilot and sensors. Or wait, whom's left with warp? Okay, so Vanessa's there. Vanessa has warp. Vanessa's staying on the ship.
I think we should all go on board, because that's more crazy.
Yeah, let's not split the party.
All right.
I look at your probe
and just
I give it a stern talking to, and I'm like, don't you leave us.
The probe spits coffee at your face.
Oh,
all right.
I meant that as a vitamin injection. Take it. Just notice that you like dropping it on yourself a lot.
I do feel more alert.
Pilot and let's see. Oh, pilot and repair. No, pilot and sensors, whatever, are on the probe, and I detach it and I leave it on the fruit bat.
Okay, so Vanessa and Tom pile into their spacesuits. Are you taking any weapons with you?
Oh, yeah.
Or just...
I'll grab some of those implosion grenades that somebody was so fond. No, who's implosioning? Is that Vanessa?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll grab one anyway. And my trusty plasma sword.
I take... if we have 2 disintegration rays, I take them. I would imagine I might take one from Philip's transponder area, because, well, they're not using it. Just in case I disintegrate one on the way. So I'll take disintegration rays.
My stat block says that I have 1 disintegration pistol and 4 implosion grenades. So I'm going to go... Click.
We also have a... Maybe one thing that happened while you were away is, like, we have a bevy of weapons. We took a bunch, and then we equipped Solace, Knotwood, which we renamed Solace. I think we so
we're in the
we
arms business
basically
now.
have stuff. We're in every business now.
All right, so you...
okay, well, in that case, I'll take a 2nd disintegration pistol. Click.
All right, so you head out into the PEP. One of the first things you station yourself on the airlock. You crack it open, you go into the airlock, close the door behind you, and then you open up the door ahead of you. And one of the first things you see is just plasma scorch marks running down the hallways.
Okay. Like sword from swords.
Not from swords, like from actual plasma, like from an explosion.
Okay.
Can I use sensors before we leave our ship to like get a direct path to either the bridge or like a computer station where we can get at the ship logs?
Yeah. You can also MacPack can.
MacPack can
connect.
do that on the fly.
I cannot because I detached sensors to the probe.
Oh, never mind. Let me just interface with this thing and I roll.
But that does mean that the probe can access ships, like
Wait,
the ship
is it,
sensors.
Is it
beforehand.
devices or is it sensors?
Do you have like a tricorder?
I do, and I will use that because MacPack can use the tricorder with
There you
devices. Oh yeah.
I think I did get a tricorder at some point.
But I'm hopefully really good at this. And I can't crit fail, I don't think, because I've even got a +1. And that is a very lovely frozen picture of you, by the way, Tom, but you are frozen. I don't know if you know that.
It's not frozen for me.
Oh, weird. Oh, no. There you are. Hello. Okay.
All right, so
roll. I'm roll devices to gain information about nearby resources or hazards. That is a 10 + 1.
Damn.
Yeah. So, your tricorder is blowing up with information. There is low-grade radiation. Nothing that MacPack needs to worry about, but the two of you might not enjoy it super much.
Am I able to tell how long they have?
Oh, like a couple of days. They have longer. They would have to be in this longer than they have air in their suits. But luckily, like if you were in lower grade suits, or if you were like if you dry docked this ship, you would have to like decontaminate it before you could do any repairs.
Okay.
And still,
all right.
I'm gonna say I have a tricorder / phone, and I'm just recording everything we're seeing.
Yeah. So there's the plasma scorch marks everywhere. Life support is down. The engines are down. A lot of systems no longer even connect. Like in your ship, if you send a signal from the bridge, it can go anywhere in the ship. But in the APEP, it appears that something has happened where the systems can no longer communicate with each other either. So like if you're on the bridge and you're sending commands to engineering for warp, engineering never got them. And if engineering is like, well, we should probably start a warp up, and they send the signal, it doesn't actually make it to the thrusters in the back.
Yeah.
Any bodies?
The ship divided against itself.
Yes. You find, with the tricorder reading, you also find thousands of carbon footprints.
And are they all like
Yes.
Well,
some of them
zero grav.
Some of them are floating around in zero grav. Some of them are burned into the walls from the plasma blast. Some of them, like you see droids, you see chrysalids, you see humans, you see all sorts, and every single one of them is wearing a Galactic Alliance uniform.
Uh-oh. Even Oons?
Even Oons. They're like their containment unit is cracked, and their liquid is frozen around them.
Because gravity's probably off, so they're floating, tentacles all crispied.
You also see metal pushed outward, which makes it look like when explosions happened, they were coming from inside the ship.
It came from
So
inside the ship.
can I tell where the flight recorder or logs are stored? Are they in
Yes.
engineering or the bridge?
Also, any
Bridge.
bodies
Bridge.
that don't represent the species that make up the GA or any known species?
No, you were not seeing anything unrecognizable.
Okay. Go ahead.
So the ship is kind of situated with the aft closer to the barrier and the bow.
Yep.
The bow closer to the white hole, which is kind of almost making it like it is streamlined to go into the hole.
Michael Scott, everybody. I was expecting Tom to put
There you
that's
go. I was a little
there
slow.
you
I'm
go.
sorry.
It's streamlined to go into the hole.
That's what she said.
Thank
There
you.
you go. There you go.
As you get closer to the bow, you start to see signs of something on the bodies. Like near the back, you see floating corpse, and then the closer you go, then you start to see floating corpse that has been burned, but then also something has happened to the flesh post burning. Like little pieces are gone.
It's been chewed on.
Or
Maybe.
okay, well, first priority I would say is flight.
Space zombies. Okay.
First order, my thought is to let's get the flight recorder data. The information is the first thing that we can use, and then from there, maybe if we've got other time, we can see about if we can salvage anything from the ship. But the first thing is the crew's dead. Let's get the logs. That is the most primary sort.
That's very logical. Hey, Vanessa, what's the most valuable thing you think we could steal from here? My old scavenger buddy.
Including.
We've already agreed to not listen to Tom.
Yeah. Hypothetical.
As you continue moving toward the bow, you start to see things that aren't part of the original ship. Like you are seeing small, organic looking construction buildups.
I'm gonna get a good sensor read on that shit.
But don't touch that shit.
No.
Okay,
Are we talking the corridors are starting to look like they have ribs?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, a little Geigery.
Yeah, a little Geigery.
That's a 3 on sensors, and I'm trying not to throw up in my helmet.
It is definitely something that is not part of the
Tricorder.
original ship.
Tricorder?
Are you also rolling sensors?
If we're walking, can I do a tricorder?
Yeah.
Devices roll.
Yeah.
6 + 1, 7.
You can tell that this is a silicate-based protrusion. It is highly refined. It is it's not something that you have encountered before. It's not something that the tricorder is. It's not a construction that the tricorder recognizes.
Uh-oh.
Can I tell whether it's giving off any sort of gas radiation particles, anything?
Nope.
Okay.
No, you can't
All
tell.
right.
Or no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to
Not touch it?
How far do we want to push our luck?
What are you thinking about tasting some?
We've already agreed.
Tasty.
Never listen to
I may be old and from the old generation, but I'm not stupid. Oh, okay, I was gonna cut off a piece and bring a sample.
No.
If I've learned anything from watching Alien, the first thing you do when you find an alien is take a sample back onto your ship.
Yep.
Are there any eggs around?
Yeah.
Secreted from what? I was literally talking about both movies yesterday because Alien, for the record, is one of my favorite movies
It's
of
so
all
good.
time.
Well,
So
It is
good.
a masterclass in everything:
Mm.
casting, acting, script writing, lighting, direction, everything. It's just don't get me started.
And
Are we talking
Aliens
about the
is
original?
also good, but for
Aliens
Yes,
different
it is.
reasons.
is also great.
It absolutely,
Not
yes,
the same.
absolutely,
great.
it is.
It's a different
Yeah.
great.
Mm-hmm.
It is a different great, and that's why it's one of the truly great sequels.
Agreed.
Those
Yep.
two are you. I cannot say one is. I can say that Alien is my favorite movie, but I cannot say Alien and Aliens like one is better than the other because
Yeah.
you just can't.
And then
that
we
is
don't need to
why
talk
they're
about
so
the other ones.
awesome.
No, there are no
Whatever.
other
Talk
ones.
about
We
No,
definitely
no.
don't need to talk about the other
and
ones.
also, just
Hold up. We would like on SideQuest Live to disavow all further Aliens and Alien Eye movies.
Huh.
1 and 2.
Okay, Resurrection is fun, but just
Yeah.
because it's fun. Like
Yeah.
I want to see the people from Rift Tracks rip into it.
I did like
Um,
the ship designs. That was cool with the I like that.
But it's a movie that you want to sit back and like poke fun at. But whereas the other two are like, yes, this is intense and this is what we're doing tonight. So yes. Anyway, I've got to watch that this weekend. I'm pretty sure. Both back to back has to be done.
Anyway,
Two
this has been
TVs.
Moving
brought to
on.
you by-
Hopefully
Turn on
not
at the same
dying in the
time.
process.
I don't know about you
I
guys.
do
but
have
I
two
feel like we've
monitors.
pushed our luck far enough.
Yeah, let's get to the flight recorder. Let's get it, and let's just see what.
How much
what we
further
can-
to the flight recorder, or is there anything we can
it's-
do from here?
It's you need to like actually, if you want to get the data,
it's
you have
severed.
to take the box out and
okay, so that means we have to continue going in the direction of the.
Well, it's either that or we just leave and do nothing, and then
Yeah.
this is all
But
for naught
we
anyway.
have
So
more
let's get the
information
flight recorder.
than most people ever have right now. So we could take it and run, or we could get the box. It'd be good to
Somehow
find
I
out
don't
what
think
happened.
the information we have so far is going to be enough to sort of like
Yeah,
alert the masses.
Yeah.
we need to know what's in the box.
so
There was
as
a
you
weird- Hallway.
Is there such a thing as a stealth check?
no.
Son of
Is there such a thing as a? Can we use the tricorders to please see whether there are some
Wait.
like flashing dots like above us
It's in the walls.
in like the air ventilation or something?
I would have.
This
I
is
feel
why
like that
Vanessa
maybe-
and I get along. We've seen a lot of the same movies.
I'm like,
Well, if that's the
telepathic
case, though,
imagery right above
don't-
us.
it is worth noting that the xenomorphs did not care nor do anything really for android life in and of itself. They didn't pay it a mind unless they perceived it as a threat. It wasn't something they cared about.
Macpac, Have you
Yeah.
seen any droid bodies in here?
That's what I was
have we?
going to ask. Have we seen any droids?
You've seen some melted droids. You've seen some like blown apart pieces of droids.
Okay, so we're all fair game apparently.
Mm.
Yeah. Equal up.
Let's
Let's
So-
keep going.
You continue on your path toward the flight deck, and you see more and more of these outward explosion areas. You see more like you find like
I'm gonna
somebody who must
tether
have.
together so that if one of us gets like pushed out of the ship or misses a hold, we can like tether and help each other.
Mm.
I think that's the Un's job.
You find a place where it must have been like an Un was standing right next to one of these outward explosions, because you can see like the ash outline of an Un smashed against a wall.
Out of curiosity, and I don't mean to be offensive to your people. I just really don't know about telepathy. Can telepathy leave imprints?
No.
I'm gonna say no.
I'm sorry,
That's like
that was
a myth.
highly insensitive of me.
If I have a Ouija board, then maybe I can.
You're like holding a seance?
Really?
No.
Step one is lighting a candle in space. If you can get that done, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Tom spends the next 5 minutes trying to light a candle in space. Next
You
one's
say
got
that,
it.
it becomes canon. Why did you do that?
Also, I need a live chicken.
Also in space.
Yes.
I'm gonna need a tiny chicken-sized spacesuit.
All right. Can you give me a devices roll?
I was on a cusp between 8 and 0, but it rolled on an angle, so I have to reroll. That's a 0, which means it's a 10. So
Okay.
10 plus 1.
Oh,
Nice.
you scared the crap out of me.
I know.
So, your tricorder is out and you're scanning around. It's picking up
They're everywhere.
it's picking up like dozens of like things that are moving. So it's having to like ignore a lot of data. And then you start getting pings on things that are moving other than through they're not just floating, they are moving.
We're not alone. How long till we get to the bridge?
5 minutes.
How close are these moving things?
Fuck.
They are 10
minutes away?
Yeah. They're like 8 minutes away, but they're also like all over
Erratic.
the area. Like they're like it seems like the closer you get to the front of the ship, the more of these things there are.
What if we took up a defensible position and just started attracting
Wait.
attention to themselves? I kind of don't like the idea of us kind of.
What does the autopilot
and then
have
getting
capability
ambushed
on
from,
the
like, every
fruit pad?
single angle?
There was 2 people talking. Brandon, what were you saying?
Go ahead.
I was going to suggest that maybe we find a place to like we try to situate where the battle is going to happen, right? As opposed to like just kind of be like, well, let's get the black box, and then just kind of like walk into the bridge and like get attacked from like 4 different angles.
Okay. And Box?
What does the autopilot on the fruit bat have the capability to do again?
Pilot warp shields.
It's no weapons.
Yeah, you don't want to arm your computer to shoot stuff, unless it's a droid. I guess.
I've seen Lower Decks. I'm Badgie. So the I was just wondering if we could somehow get there and use the fruit bat to like cut us a hole so we an exit point.
What if we go back to the fruit bat now that we have like pretty detailed view ahead, and there are holes throughout this thing, so we could actually use the fighter to get closer on the outside, and then maybe scoot through one of the holes very close to, instead of officially from the airlock.
Yeah.
And since the others left, guys, I'm just gonna go back to the ship for a minute.
I'm totally game for that.
Yeah, so we'll go back to the fruit bat.
I forgot my espresso.
All right, so
I need batteries for my lightsaber.
You hustle back to the ship.
Laser sword.
It is
Disney.
Are you gonna take the same route back, or are you gonna take a different route to get a different angle of the damage?
I would rather.
Well, it depends. Like we would just probably the tricorder readings that we got. Which path is can we use it to find which path is clear? are mostly clear.
Yeah,
mostly
like the one that the one that you're in is mostly clear. Like you saw everything that was there. If you take a different route, you'd have to check everything again. Because again, like the tricorder would have to filter out all of the subjects that were moving under normal conditions as opposed to moving under their own power, and that will take a little bit of time.
I feel like the best course of action probably is to go back from whence we came.
Yeah,
and
retrace our steps,
and then use the mango to do its thing, to like shoot us away to the bridge if need be.
So one of us could be in the mango. You're better at interfacing with devices, so I say we tether you to the outside, like see, back before Earth was a trash hole and then got done up, they had this thing called water skiing, and you get a rope and you tow a person behind the perfectly good boat, and you drag them so fast they stay on top of the water.
things for like 0.006 seconds and says, "Yes, I probed you. I remember. Thank you."
Okay, do we have to say that in front of everybody all the time? Because I mean, Vanessa.
Only if you want me to do it again to you later.
Just be. Well, I mean, we can talk about that a little bit, but play cool. All right, I'm trying to look cool in front of my friend.
All right, so you head back to the fruit bed.
Get the mango.
Yeah, it's much nicer moving away from the impending horrors as opposed to toward the impending horrors.
Lead them back to our ship. So yeah,
I'll pilot
the mango. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me the pilot roll because you have to compete with the gravity.
And I'll be right back. By a break, won't be long.
My cat is sitting on my dice tray, so allow me to clear a new spot. Can I blame the cat for that? I would never blame you. No, I wouldn't. That's a crit fail.
Oof.
All right, so you get back into the ship and you climb into the cockpit and you disengage.
This feels better, guys.
Disengage from the airlock, and something
quick question
happens.
Is Vanessa in the ship with me, or tethered underneath it, or staying in the fruit bat?
Everyone came back to the fruit bat with you.
I know,
yeah,
but getting on the mango and
you're on the mango.
Yes.
I thought this was for the mango.
I'm not on the fruit bat. I'm on the mango.
Okay.
The little fighter. Just more maneuverable. It might be able to fit in some of these little holes.
I think the first thing was we docked the fruit bat though onto the ship, so we didn't take the mango. So first we have to get on the fruit bat and then go to the mango. So
yeah.
How
I rolled happen? Assuming that I was getting in our little fighter to control
so we'll
the
go.
Little fighter.
Everyone is on the fruit bat, and Tom is on the fighter. When you disengage from the ship, it appears that the mango has picked up some sort of code from the connection of the pep to the fruit bat to the mango.
Like it brushed up against something kind of thing.
Yeah. Like there is some sort of code that has gone from the pep to the mango and has shut down your piloting.
Can I roll devices to try to like hack or reverse hack?
Does the radio work still?
Well, I was going to be on there with you because we were going to do the water skiing thing.
Yeah, you were water skiing, but does the radio work on the ship still, or is it dead?
The ship is dead. You are also there's also like a signal going through like every system on the ship, and it's it's cycling through every system, and it's just the same like run, and it's not run away. It's a like run
program execute. Yeah. Can I notice this and try to like do devices to counteract? 1 sec. Can I use devices to try to hack this stuff?
I actually worry about.
Okay, I'm gonna roll devices.
And
Everybody,
catching the virus.
I rolled an 8 + 1, so I don't know what that'll work. But my attempt is to literally feed the thing that's been cycling into my head back on it over and over again, just to put it on a repeat. And all it floods it with is like an overwhelming frequency of "Look at my horse is amazing. Give it a lick. It tastes just like raisins by the throat of its mane. It turns into a plane and then it turns back again. You would touch on its winky. Ooh,
so
you think so?
Try to get your own droid madness cycling through the mango to counteract whatever that program was.
Yes.
All right. So you are doing that, but you still need to bring your ship back online. Meanwhile, Vanessa on the fruit bat, seeing this happen to the mango, are you going to do anything? Or are you just going to cross your fingers and hope this doesn't happen to the fruit bat?
Cut the docking clamps.
Yeah.
Cut it right now.
Yeah, I feel like this might be the like GTFO moment.
Yeah, cut the
I can
docking
just like
clamps.
leave all my implosion grenades, just like pull the pins on all of them, and then be like,
No, don't do that part. Just cut the docking clamps.
No,
just
do
sever
that
the
part.
connection so it doesn't get there. Leave it intact.
No. Count radio signal timer release all the grenades.
Yeah. To what? To where? Where are they gonna hit?
just roll them into that spooky looking hallway that has like a rib cage. Just
but you're on the fruit bat.
Pick it up.
But
you're not on the
I
EPIP
approve
anymore.
of this
You are
plan.
on you are on the fruit bat right now. You are not on the EPIP.
Okay, so
Do you
you're gonna
want
have to
to
hold me
blow
back
up the
then.
fruit bat?
down
Don't
the
do
airlock.
that.
And it's really hard because you're trying to like gather in all of my tentacles, but like I always have a few more to like.
No, GM, am I wrong? Did you say that Vanessa is on the fruit bat?
Yes.
Vanessa is on the fruit bat. And
So where the fuck
Backpack
are you putting your
and Tom
implosion grenades?
are
Down
on-
the
Like,
airlock.
I'm just gonna drop them here on
No.
10-second timer.
I love this plan.
Down
By
the,
the way,
down the
of course you
airlock though, like not on the fruit bat.
But
So
okay.
back to Vanessa. You are alone on the fruit bat. You see that the mango has tried to take off and then just fucking died. And you see, I guess through the view screen, you see Tom and MacPack more or less doing this.
And I'm
And
signaling
then you hear
like,
this weird song about a horse.
yeah, I'm signaling like you can see me miming. The ship is dead. Cut all stuff. Bad.
Okay.
Bad.
It just
Oh,
Okay,
you're
well,
telepathic. I
I'm
send you
telepathic,
images.
so I hear what you're saying. I'm like, why is
Wow.
he doing charades? I can hear what you're
I can hear
thinking.
both y'all asses.
Anyways, so I like shut off like the docking clamps so that we're no longer like connected in any way to the ship's systems, and I'm just sort of gonna float away, and then I'm gonna project telepathically the like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Like you gotta get out of here.
Mhm.
Okay.
So let's
So,
hope
like,
that
hurry up.
let's hope our little bit lets us get on the mango. Lets us restore some power.
Okay, give me a
Can
repair
I try
roll.
to repair the mango?
Yep.
I can. Wait, who's better at repair?
I'm just
Pretty
I am.
sure blocks.
8.
Is that a crit?
Yes, apparently. It's a good day.
Until it's not.
Yeah.
All right,
Well, I
so
did one.
you managed to get like the main thing that you have to do is isolate this code and remove it from the repeat, and then your ship is back to being fine.
Sweet.
Just whatever you do, don't isolate it in the coffee maker. Okay? Like this is vital.
I'm isolating them to the lemonade maker, and believe me, that makes a lot of sense when it has to do with this horse song.
I just assumed that
I'll send it all to you later. It's a minute. It's like 2 minutes. You'll love it. It'll make a lot more sense. There's a line which is like, well, I better not show you where the lemonade is made from lemonade. It'll make sense.
Internet.
I like to think the crit lets me scan that.
All right.
Yeah, I reread it to eliminate.
The mango's back online. The fruit bat is detached. Does Vanessa have any like pilot or sensors or anything like that?
Well, I definitely have
sensors.
D6. I think I probably would want to roll sensors in a situation like this.
Yeah.
Because I don't need to pilot away or anything.
Hey,
that's
Mac,
a 5 on sensors.
We're still going for the black box, right? I'm gonna fire up the engines and get us there fast.
So Vanessa knows that whatever was going on with the mango may be affecting the fruit bat, but it isn't yet becoming apparent. So you may have to do some repairs on that later on to isolate and remove that code. And then the other thing you notice is now that you're no longer connected, is you are being pulled by the gravity again. So you're going to want to do something about that before too long.
Oh, shit. I have a month to get it done.
Back to Tom, I guess.
All right, so what's the pilot
I'm thinking, I rolled a 5 to get the mango up and running again.
Okay.
And what do you think, Mac? Should we make a run for the border?
Here. We're gonna try to get the. Let's get the box.
Let's try.
Okay.
All right.
Vanessa, hold down the ship. We'll be back in a little bit.
Become.
Bye.
If anyone.
It sounds like the van I know.
If anything goes wrong, you just count to 30 and then get the data back home.
I was expecting count to 30 and then come get me.
No, yeah. I mean, dream me is braver than real me.
All right,
so
you
piloting this little through the debris, trying to get to the hole nearest to the bridge.
The PEP is huge. Like it's bigger than a space station. It is the largest ship ever crafted by anyone in the galaxy, that as far as you know. And you are flying down the length of it. The closer you get to the front, you also see even more of these like huge outward explosions. And you get to the bridge, and you see an adequately sized hole that you could water ski a droid through.
I'll slow down.
All right.
And I'll turn on the lasers just in case.
And clearly MacPack has spent too much time with Tom, because while floating through this, going through the hole, you just hear
it's like the future Family Guy laugh.
Yep. But it's all sounding synthetic and distorted, but it's also there's no sound in space.
Vanessa, what was your sensor roll?
5.
Okay. Can I get another sensor roll?
Oh.
From Vanessa?
From Vanessa?
Can I get another sensor roll from Vanessa?
Another? Sorry, I rolled a 5. Do I need to roll again?
Yeah, I want another one.
Well, this time I rolled a 1.
Oh, that's way worse.
Oh, you should have taken the 5 then.
I'm trying to remember if I... Yeah, I'm going to go with the 5 because I had forgotten that you had rolled a 5. So while you were isolating the code to see if it was on the fruit bat, you also detected...
Wait a minute. I have sensors aboard the fruit bat.
I thought you reconnected yourself.
No, I did not reconnect. I have pilot and sensors on the probe. Well, I'm on the mango.
Still,
I left it on the
Vanessa's
probe, connected to the fruit bat, but the 5 is good, so let's go with that. But anyway, I do have that.
Vanessa also notices a series 4 energy bursts that were
Shitballs.
very they were recent, and they are back toward the barrier. It was kind of like a foot, 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 foot.
Okay, we've got incoming. We gotta be quick.
And in the ship, MacPack goes through one of these massive holes, and just every surface in the bridge area is covered by this black, inky secretion. It looks like it's probably wet, but you can't feel anything because you're a robot.
That's good. Hopefully.
Yeah, so he doesn't feel wet, but it looks like it probably is. And
Also,
every surface is just covered.
So go ahead.
So every surface is covered. You're gonna have to break through it to get to where the transponder is. And I'm gonna stop the game there because it's 11:45, and a bunch of stuff's gonna happen soon.
Yeah, apparently.
This is creepy.
This is gonna take a bunch of time to sort of recap.
And my favorite part is that all three of you are in your own little place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
So split the party 3 ways.
Great.
Technically, I'm connected to Mac.
But you can't really do anything, because if you fly away suddenly, you will kill them.
How would you kill me if you flew away? You just yank me back. So
you're here, the tether is doing like this, and if he flies away suddenly, you
droid pinball inside the ship. This is fine.
Tilt.
This is gonna be a little pinchy.
Yeah, this is
epic.
I just feel I can hear Jasper's voice right now, just chastising.
Yeah.
Never split the party.
Yes, this one's for you, Jasper. All right. Any chance anybody has an episode title recommendation? Internet too. You can.
What would we
like that
call
pinball thing?
Tilt.
Yeah.
But there's something. Do not go stupid into that good night.
But we did. How about the what was the name of the jump skip thing we did?
Should not go stupid into that good night.
Neutrino warp.
Neutrino warp. Car headlight light speed. Pond skip.
Lasso.
Yeah,
there's lasso in there somewhere.
Yeah.
If you're gonna ask me, it's gonna be look at my horse.
All right. Well, on that note,
I will make you all watch it later. I promise.
Yes. We'll do that as part of the credits for the live viewers. Anybody who wants to watch that.
Already sent you the link.
Nice. I'll play that in a second. Everybody else, lovely to play again. It's been far too long, and I'm glad the plague has left you all alone momentarily. And
for now.
And to all our listeners, thank you for tuning in, and to don't forget to check us out and click the button to subscribe to whatever, follow the previous on all the podcast places, YouTube and Twitch as well. And that's it for us. We're gonna go. All right. Good night.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
That's the story of my life. No respect. I don't get no respect at all.
I am not sad to inform you that the internet meme was not played live. I have this instead. You're welcome, and have a good night. Thank you for joining us.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.